welcome to PC Wiz Kids Tech Talk. Today I wanted to review the Cooler Master HAF932 Full Tower Desktop Case. Now it's part of the series reviews on hardware to build a performance gaming PC. Now when I first got it, it looked like a souped up Humvee, or maybe one of those military cans to carry water or gas, or perhaps an ammo container. I don't know, I couldn't really figure it out. You be the judge. Here it is. Okay, it's a rugged military look. It's full steel, except for a few plastic components on the front bezel, for example, but it's high quality steel construction, and it's 30 pounds as it comes out of the box, and of course as you add more stuff it gets heavier. The HAF that's written on it stands for high airflow, obviously, because there's lots of ventilation happening here. It fits all kinds of motherboards, and let's just talk about the first thing that you see here, this huge fan, 230 millimeter fans. It actually has three of them, one on the front, one on the side, one on the top. Okay, now this one on the side here has lots of screws, as you can see. So obviously you can take out this big fan and replace it with smaller 120 millimeter fans if you want, and have like four of them right here on the side if you want it instead of the big one. Okay, so you'll end up with something like this, right? So it's fully customizable, right? Now the screws here, they're thumb screws, so you can just take out the side panels easily, so you don't need your screwdrivers for that, which is very nice. So let's just open this up and swing it open here for you. You can take a peek. First look as I open it. I haven't opened this before, so here you go. This is what it looks like out of the box. Okay, so it comes with all this stuff that we're going to review in a second. Now let's look at the inside of the panel. Lots of mesh. There's the grates. There's the screws. You can take this out, like I said, if you wanted. Here's the power connector, the Molex power connector, with the extension here, so you can plug it in and get the power for it. And on the side you have some ventilation. And now let's look on the inside of the case. You've got here some drive bays, so you've got a total of 5 drive bays there, and the optical drive bays, you've got 6 here on the top. On the motherboard tray, you can see that there's lots of holes, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in detail. At the back here, you've got another fan, 140 millimeter, and then 7 expansion slots right there. Okay, so this thing comes packed. As you come down here towards the bottom, you'll see that you've got the power supply and more ventilation there. You can install a fan if you wanted. Depends on if you've got a really big power supply or a smaller one. But lots of space to work with, which is what you need when you get a full tower case. Now, talking about the top here again, you've got the 230 millimeter fan that you can also take out and put in a radiator, or just put in 2 fans, just like on the side panel. So you can customize that as well if you don't like the big fan. Those fans run quiet though. I mean, they're only 19 decibels, and you can't go wrong with that, with a big fan like that. Now here where the power supply goes, you can intake air, and of course take a look at those thumb screws again. I love these. It just makes it so easy and quick to take out the side panels. As you move up and you look at the back, you can see that there's mesh all over the place so that the air flows out. So you want all that hot air coming out of those expansion slots coming out as much as possible. Of course, you've got the 140 millimeter fan here blowing air out, but it's always good to have as much as possible. There's your I/O shield plate that will go in there for all the plugs at the back. And of course, look at that, you've got your water cooler cooling system that you can plug in there, some tubes, and have the reservoir of coolant come in and out of there. Now you can obviously take that out and put a power supply if you want it at the top, right? So you can do that as well. But in order to do that, you'll have to take off this fan, the 230 millimeter fan that comes here at the top. That'll have to come out if you want to install the power supply. So like I mentioned, you've got this toolless design here that I love. So starting with those expansion slots, toolless design going on there, flow of air coming in left, right, and center on every angle. So I just love the fact that there's so much airflow coming in. So now let's take a look at the top here and see what else we've got. You can see that there's some input ports here. So you've got your 4 USBs 2.0s at the top here, and you've got a Firewire 400, and you also have your eSATA here at the top, and your microphone and headset, power LED, the hard drive LED. So everything accessible from the top. So if you have this on the ground, it's right there. Again, I can't emphasize more all of this mesh for the airflow to come in through your drives, right? It's very nice to have all that. Unfortunately, there's no dust filters, right? So you got to be careful about that one. I mean, if you have a very dusty floor, then obviously you want to kind of get some dust filters. Now these plates here at the front where the bezel is, these plates actually come out pretty easily. You just push in and then they come off, right? And then you can just take off the plate. There's a plate on the inside on the case here, and you can just take that off quickly and then install your optical drive. Okay, so it's very, very simple to do, to take out or put back in. It just snaps right in there. So there you go, pretty neat. And next thing here at the top, if you just look here at the top, you can see that there's a rubber plate. There's also the power. It's recessed a little bit, right, and the reset button so that you don't accidentally press it. Now there's this rubberized little cover plate here. If we just lift that up, you can see here there's a little hole for a reservoir, so you can add more coolant in there if you purchase that. Or you can just use that top part up here just to keep your USB stick, for example, or any other gadgets that you have lying around. So let's talk about the inside again. The drive base. Okay, the bottom drive base supports for 5 hard drives, right? And I love these little racks. If you look at them, it's actually like a rubberized anti-vibration rack. It's not metal, so you're obviously going to be able to snap easily your drive in here and not hear it because it's rubber. So I just quickly put those in to the holes. They just snap right in there, and secure it, and then just slide it right back in there, and there you go, done. 2 seconds. Okay, no screws, and you're set. So you can put your SATA drives or your IDE drives, whatever you have. Now the top portion, okay, the top drive area for your optical drives, we've got 6 of them. One of them is actually occupied by a 3.5 cage. Let me just pull this cage out here for a second so you can take a quick look. So this is a 5.25 to 3.5 cage that you can put in your floppy, or maybe you have a media card reader. It's toolless, right? The design here, you just install what you need in there, and after that you just go ahead and slide it back into the cage. And look at this. To actually fasten it, you just press the button. So see that button right there, you just press it and it locks into position, right? So there you go. 2 seconds. And it's very easy to take out that front plate like I showed you a second ago. If you wanted to install an optical drive, so here's a DVD writer, for example, right? We'll just take that DVD writer, slide it in from the top on the next available bay, and align it there flush, and then press the button. Done. Okay, and if you want to make sure that it's sturdy, yeah, it's not coming out. So there you go, quick and easy. There's my drive, and I even like the color. It matches with the case and everything. So beautiful, quick, done. Next thing I want to talk about here is the rest of the case from the other point of view. Okay, so it comes with a red LED. It comes on the other side here, the other panel, with a lot of holes for your cable management. Okay, so all the cables that are coming out for your hard drives, all the power cables, you can actually tuck all those away on this side and not see them on the opposite side, right? So that's what these holes are all about here. Cable management, so you can twist tie them and keep them out of view, okay, and allow more air flowing. Now this big hole over here, that's so that you can change your CPU cooler easily, right, and fasten it from the opposite side of the motherboard. Now, taking a look again here at what came in that box, it comes with the faceplate there, the manual, a template guide to show you how to position your motherboards, whether it's ATX, micro ATX, or eATX. So it has all the holes in there so you can position them on the motherboard tray. It comes with an extension power cable here, so that way you can reach from one end of the case to the other if required. So that's pretty neat to have, right? So you don't have to go out and buy additional cables for that one. Of course, it comes with wheels, right? So maybe you want to wheel this thing around the room because, like I said, it can get heavy. It comes with all the twist ties, all the necessary screws, and of course a little PC speaker connector, so that way you can hear the beeper going on there. Overall, no matter how you look at the case from whatever angle, I'm telling you this is a great case for the value. I give it 9 out of 10 for the features, the performance on the airflow, the looks. I didn't have a problem with it. The overall package value, like I said, you can't go wrong with this case if you're looking for a full tower that has all the features and the bang for the buck. So thanks Cooler Master for letting me try this out, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.